What's going on, guys? DIY Car Guy here, back for another video on Jeep. Truck's basically done for now. I don't really have anything. I'm a little late on posting, I know. I apologize. Between work, everything else going on, don't really have time. I'm trying to put out as much as I can for you, so just bear with me here for a minute. Today, now this bar here on my wife's Jeep, I don't know exactly what happened, but it almost looks like maybe a tree hit it, or I don't know, something happened at this bar. Well, it's bent down, and it kind of like starts here and like goes down and then kind of comes back up. It looks like they try to beat it back in up there, but I didn't know if you could replace this bar, but I found out you can. I have the replacement back here. Yeah, I know it's not the same color as Jeep, but I mean, it's got the covering, so I'm not that worried about it. And the reason I'm changing is because, for one, I kind of feel like it's a safety issue. Two, if you want to mount this bar right now it's not even screwed in, so you can just kind of, the bolt is just sitting in up there, it's not screwed in or anything. If you screw it in, this is way lower than the door, then you can't close the door. So I'm hoping that'll fix that. So I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through how to do that, just in case you have any issues, or maybe you're wanting to upgrade your roll bar or your roll cage and, you know, get a new piece for that, because I think they make aftermarket pieces. I'm not too knowledgeable about these yet. I'm learning about them, but yeah, so I'm gonna walk you guys through this because I'm gonna do it, and it doesn't look that hard. I've gotten into it a little bit. There's a few bolts up front and a few bolts in back, and the whole thing should just slide out after you take the cover off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to pulling the top back so I can access that, and then I'll show you guys what I'm getting into. All right, well, first off, just to start off, I'm gonna go ahead and take the door off because I can, because Jeep, and it'll just make everything a lot easier. It won't be in the way. I won't be having to worry about nicking cars. Won't be having to worry about doing all that, and it'll make it better for you guys to see. So I'm gonna take the door off, and then I'll get to pulling that top off. All right, guys, so now I got the door off, and as you can see, it just frees up a whole bunch of space. So got that off. I'm gonna go ahead and unlatch the top, just kind of pull that back. I'm gonna just hop in here and undo these clips. Alright, and then this is a Smitty built soft top, and I don't know if all soft tops are like this, but it's got these little ribs in here that just connect to the frame, so you're going to want to pull those out before you try to lift that up, because if not, you could rip the top, damage something. You don't want to do that. You got to undo the back ones too. So now that's all good, those are off. Going to go around to the other side and get that one, and after that, you should just be able to pull the top right up. Alright, so now that's done, what you're going to want to do is, and at least in this top, you've got to push up on this main support bar right here at the same time you're lifting up on this, because if not, it'll wedge down like that and kind of counteract itself. So just lift up. Lift up like that. Then there you go, top's back. So I'm kind of going to show you how this is put on for right now, and kind of show you guys why I don't like it, and then obviously I'll show you guys the bar after I get the stuff off and show you guys how it's kind of bent, and it just feels like it compromises structural integrity of the Jeep in case, you know, God forbid, you know, roll over or anything like that. It's a weak point, so figure I might as well replace it. Rather be safe than sorry. So let's show you guys this. So what I'm talking about up here is this. It's supposed to be screwed in, but I've got this one that goes to back here, which I think when the tree or whatever hit this, it broke this bolt off down here. So I have to use a nut and a bolt. But I mean, that works, so I'm not too worried about that. But there's supposed to be a long one. It's supposed to go all the way through and screw to the bottom. But if you do that, this sits down like that, and you see how much lower that is. And it's because of this bar is all tore up. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting these plastics off. With this, I just undid that so I can just kind of push that out of the way, and it's out of the way. So to get this piece off, all I have to do is to get all this, I can get all this stuff off. To get this bar off, all I have to do is take off this, drop the sun visor, which this only has one bolt in it, and then pull all that off. Pull all this off, should give me access to everything that I need. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do the hard part first and take this off. So there's gonna be a little Torx head there, and normally there's gonna be two. So if you're having this Jeep, you know, you're gonna have another one right there, but I don't have that. So there's gonna be a Torx head there, and then this will come down. And then I believe this is just clipped in. So I think after I get the sun visor down, this should just come down. But I'll get you guys set up on the tripod and get me taking that off. Okay, so I got that piece off. There's a clip down in here. You really got to get behind that because that thing was in there. I don't know if it's just this one or what, but that thing was in there. So just keep that in mind. Try not to break it. I don't know how expensive these are. I know I have yet to find a Jeep in a junkyard, so at least it wasn't completely stripped. But so I got that off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling all this off. I probably told you guys for this. So this is, I don't know if these are factory. I think they're aftermarket. So these just unvelcro like so. All right, sorry about that. Had to put you down, had to use both hands. So got that off. And this, there's a zipper. Mine's tucked away in here. A zipper right there. And then you'll just zip it down. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Zip it all the way down. It just comes off. There's a pad here. I believe it only goes on one way, but don't quote me on that. But just make sure that when you put it back in, it feels right. So there's a little pad. And I mean, you can also probably, and then it's just Velcro, and then that whole thing comes off. You can probably just leave the pads off if you really wanted to. I'm not going to because that's a different color. That would just look weird. But I've seen some of them with the pads off, and I mean they don't look terrible if you do it right. All right, so I got all that off, all the padding's off, everything. I'm gonna see how many bolts I have. I'll show you guys, and we'll get to taking this thing off. It doesn't look like many. It looks like there's 3 up here in the front, probably 3 back there in the back. But I'll take everything off. All right, and then you also gotta access this one. So it's the same thing. Just zipper. This one probably gonna need 2 hands, so I'll set you down. Okay, so that one was just simple as the other one. It's the zipper, zip it back. You can't take this one all the way off. I mean, you can, but probably harder. Just pull it all the way back to there, and then just Velcro's up there. And then there was another foam piece. You just gotta wiggle it out of there. So by the looks of it, it looks like you got 1 bolt here, and I mean, as you can see from this bar, it's foobarred. I don't know exactly what happened, but hopefully we can fix it. So it looks like you got 1 here. You got 1 there, 1 there. Almost looks like there's supposed to be 1 here, but it's missing. Yeah, I think there's supposed to be 1 there, but it's missing. And then you got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So I'm gonna get to taking that off. I'll tell you guys what size it is when I take it off. I'm probably not gonna film it taking it off. It's just bolts, but I'll go ahead and take that off and then get back to you guys. All right, guys. So the bar is out. Looking at it a little bit better. It's a little worse than I thought, but I'm really glad I got that new bar in. I was wondering if I would have had to replace it, and honestly, I'm pretty glad I did. This is the old bar, and you can tell it's been worked on because they drilled out these holes to make it fit. And then you got this bend here. This one's all sorts of messed up. and you can tell that whoever rebuilt this, or rebuilt, I guess being a key word in quotation marks, they really just wanted to get it done. Probably didn't care too much, but I had, I believe, six 13mm bolts. I think if you're going to be working on this, you are probably going to have around 7, because I think I was missing one. And also, you have to undo these ones, these top ones, if you want to go about laying the windshield down, because I know you can do that in these, hence the hinge. But if you want to lay the windshield down, you take this off, and then you could probably take off the fronts, but I mean, if you want it to not look weird, you probably have to take the back off too and take the whole bar out and do that on the driver's side, and then this whole windshield will lay down. But so I'm gonna get a side-by-side comparison of this one compared to the new one that I just bought, and I'll show you guys. All right, so really mainly the first thing you notice is that huge dent right there. Secondly, I've noticed if you come and stand here, they're lined up there, but then you come up here and it looks a little shorter to me. Could be wrong, but just, I don't know, it kind of seems that way to me. And then if you get down to ground level, you can just kind of tell how much shorter that one is than the new one. I don't know if I can get a good accurate, I think that's about straight enough to get across to it, but it's quite a bit shorter than like lower than the new one. So I'm gonna go about putting this bad boy in, and hopefully it fixes our issues, and I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna go ahead and slap it back in. Might not record it because I recorded taking it off. It's the same process in reverse, and I don't really want to drag this video out longer than it needs to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap it in. I'll let you guys see the finished product. All right, guys, new bar is in. So far it looks a lot better. I've got this lined up. I'm about to put the bolt through it. There it is. All right, moment of truth. Let's see how she looks. All right, well, it's in there. Is it threading? I believe so. Yep. All right, it's threading, and I mean, that looks about perfect, actually. Well, hoping that fixed our issue. That looks good to me. So I'm guessing I'm gonna start throwing back on the covers, and then I'll throw the door on and let you guys know what it looks like. All right, guys, bar is on, everything's on. You know, the rubber, all that good stuff, and it clears good. Clears way better than it did before. Seems about right. Doesn't hit anymore. Last time, I didn't think to show you guys what it did, but last time, I mean, you saw when I did the example. I mean, this was like way down here, but yeah, it would hang down, and when you go to close the door, it would just grip this and rip it down into the door. And I mean, there's still a few things I'm gonna have to work on. Like if you look, the gaps are off of the doors just a little bit, so I might be trying to, kind of bad on that side, I might be trying to work on that, but that'll be sometime in the future. So right now that's done. Running out of ideas, really, at least ones that cost money anyways. Like I said, I'm back to work, so just like this week, I worked 6 days, 10 hours a day. So I mean, I don't have that much time, but I'm gonna try my best to put stuff out that you guys want to see. I've been talking a while about putting exhaust on the silver car. Not sure how much that's gonna work out. I have the exhaust already, but My wife drives the car too, and you know, happy wife, happy life. I don't want it to be too loud and then her, you know, complaining at me. But that might happen. Might take a little bit of time. Might happen sometime this week. I don't know. I'm gonna try to post as much as I can, try to get as much out as possible. But I'm not gonna half-ass these videos. So if I put it out, I'm gonna make sure that I back it. I'm not just gonna try to push stuff out and flood your YouTube with a whole bunch of senseless stuff that you don't want to see. So thanks for watching, everybody that watched. Like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff. There's going to be plenty of more stuff with all 3 cars. Maybe adding a couple cars here and there. One of my friends needs something done or something. Just let me know. Like I said, let me know how I did. Let me know if you liked the video. Let me know if you hated the video. Let me know if you wanted to see more from the video. If you'd rather me show you putting everything back in, let me know that stuff too. Just let me know how I did. Like I said, I'll be trying to do more, but it's gonna be a process. So bear with me. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Until next time.